Coach Paul Davis. Godwin Heights, Charlotte, and Potterville high schools have had the good fortune of having Coach Davis be the leader of their football teams. Starting in 1973 at Godwin Heights, Coach Davis has coached for 33 years. Coach Davis' biggest thrill in coaching. My biggest thrill in coaching has been helping those players without confidence find success, those with little ability play around their potential, and those without connection find the true meaning of team. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Hall of Fame, Coach Paul Davis.
Thank you. I would like to begin my talk by thanking the Coaches Association for this honor, and also to congratulate the other 13 members of the Hall of Fame for tonight's ceremony. I'd also like to thank Jack Carlson. I know he put a lot of work in this, and anybody else that worked hard to make this event successful. This is a great evening for me, really personally special, because receiving this honor it's been on my bucket list, and I got a pretty small bucket, so this is a really big night for me. I'd like to take this time to recognize my family. My wife Lori is with us, if she could stand, and two of my three children, Catherine and Sam. We have an older son, Joe, that couldn't be here tonight. Catherine, a sophomore at our school, is our unofficial recruiting coordinator for the football program. So I'd like to thank her for that. My wife has been my biggest supporter for the longest time. She's been awesome. If they had a Hall of Fame for coaches' wives, I would nominate her, for sure. So thank you to my wife. I coached at Charlotte for 20 years, and then later, these past 15 years at Potterville. During that time, I've had great support from ADs, former coaches that they were the best of the best, and they've been great for me. Ed Yoder at Charlotte, Ron Schulteis, Gene Vischer, Cheryl Knox at Potterville, and also Chuck Schramm, who's here with us tonight. They've been very supportive, and I thank them for that. The players, I want to quickly in my talk recognize the players. They've really helped me to be the coach that I am from these past years. For the most part, I think they left our program better people and stronger individuals that were able to take on different things that come up in life. I've always enjoyed the motivational part of speaking, not of speaking, but of coaching. And early on, I don't think I was real good at it. I think it got a little better as years went on. I remember my first freshman team, I gave what I thought was a really powerful speech about toughness and grittiness, and right when I was into the part about playing through pain, I remember I had a player raise his hand and say, "Coach, I've got some dirt in my mouth guard, and I was just wondering if I could go on in and wash it off in the school." So I'm pretty sure I let him go in and wash it off too. So you never know when you don't want to pass up a teachable moment. So I let him do it. I've had players who've had long careers in the NFL, and I've had a lot of players that couldn't even spell NFL. So I've coached them all. I've loved them all. Whether or not they could block or tackle or spell. I love them. I think a football practice field is a great place to raise a young man. They form habits here, and there's lessons to be learned. And I had the chance to coach my two sons for 8 years at Potterville. They're great young men that played with excellent teams, and I feel really fortunate to be involved in the middle of that. So I'm very happy to do that. I know that we tell our players, no player is bigger than the team, and I can say in that vein that no coach is bigger than the staff. So recognizing them, I worked with Joe Austin, before Hall of Famer from a few years ago. I worked with him for 4 great years at Charlotte, and his influence was immeasurable. Joe Austin is an outstanding football coach, and I know for years I just went around to try to be a Joe Austin wannabe, and he's been great. I've also had the pleasure to work with Jay Gow and Coach Tom Sneckenberg. We were attached at the hips for about 12 years at 3 different schools, at Charlotte, Olivet College, and then later for a few years at Potterville. I learned a lot from them too. I learned that there is importance in preparation, there's value in film, and there's great benefits to good schemes. And they were great at all 3. I have some of my fellow coaches here tonight from Potterville. Coach Selzer is their head coach. Chad Fuller, our varsity line coach, and our head JV coach, John Langstaff, is here tonight. That's a great group of people. I consider them coaches, fellow coaches, but also great friends. They have those qualities that you look for in a friend. They're smart, they're fun to be around, and the best thing is that they're dedicated to the people and those kids in our program. Also, Ed Milam and Matt Gletchka coached with us, and I wanted to give them a little shout too. I've also been positively influenced by my competitive coaches, people that I've competed against. Neil Hoffman from Fowler taught me how to win with humility. Coach Chris Robin, who's here tonight as a guest, from Portland St. Pat, taught me how to be successful with a real small squad with undersized kids, and a lot of that went a long way. Coach Jerry Van Havel from Mason showed me that you can win a lot of games with tough players. Coach Froelich, he taught me how to be organized, and he also taught me his plan for stopping the wing tee, and that came in handy a lot. So thanks, Coach Froelich. Jim Ahern and Bill Faracco, great offensive minds. They taught me the beauty of offense outside the tackles. Joe Austin showed me the beauty of offense inside the tackles. Mike Selzer, I'm coaching right now with, he teaches me daily how to compete with dignity, either win or lose. He's just awesome. Finally, I had a story about Coach Matt Goebel. He's an original member of the Hall of Fame. He coached at Charlotte for about 40 years. He came up one time in the 80s when he was in his 80s and wanted to put a little clinic on for us. And he got right down on the ground with the players, and he was showing some mugging and grubbing for his goal line, his old goal line defense. And he was down there for a while. And we said, Coach Goebel, would you like to show another technique or something? And he just paused down there and said, no, I'm done. I just can't get up. So that was a motivation for me. You know, it taught me stick-to-itiveness and longevity, and I just hope that I can be like that when I'm 80, have that much fire for football. I hope just to make it to 80. That's on my bucket list too. So, in closing, I'd like to say how lucky I am to have coached for so many years in Michigan high school football. It's just been tremendous. The sport has given me and my family just so much. I love high school football teams, how they can unify a school or a community. I love bus rides home after a game, after a win. I love to sit and listen to the kids laugh. And I also love to sit on that bus when we lose, because I love the silence. And I know that when it's silent on there, the kids care. I really like those Friday nights, though. That's what I really like. My wife has a really nice saying that she's been known to use over the years after a big win. When she's in the car on the way home, who's ever listening, she'll say, what will she say? I got it written down right here. On nights like tonight, life doesn't get any better than right now. And that's the same way I feel right now. So thanks for the quote, Lori, and thank all of you for listening. And